It's not often that a star of Yaman's caliber decides to strip away the walls and tell the world everything. But in a shocking and unfiltered interview, the Turkish heartthrob, adored across Europe and especially in Italy, did exactly that. From his private love life to the steamy intimate scenes that made him a household name, to the bold new transformation that left fans gasping, Can spoke without hesitation. The effect was immediate. Social media exploded, tabloids rushed to print, and fans couldn't believe how much he revealed in just one sitting. For years, Ken has lived under the scrutiny of the public eye. Every haircut, every romantic rumor, every co-star's name attached to his became breaking news. He was followed in airports, trailed by paparazzi in Rome, even chased by screaming fans across the cobblestone streets. And yet, despite this attention, he remained selective about what he shared. Until now. This interview was different. It wasn't the polished, media-trained version of Ken. It was the raw, unfiltered man behind the fame. He leaned back, looked straight into the camera, and said, "I'm tired of silence. People think they know me, but they only know the image. Now, they'll know the truth." He began with the subject everyone wanted but never expected, love. Fans have speculated endlessly about his relationships, whether his heart truly belonged to Demet Özdemir, whether there were other romances hidden away, and whether his move to Italy was about career or about love. For the first time, Ken admitted that love had been both his greatest strength and his greatest weakness. "I fall deeply, passionately, and without fear," he confessed. But passion can burn as much as it warms. His eyes betrayed a mix of regret and longing, and instantly, every fan watching knew exactly which love story he was alluding to. He went on, almost whispering at times, speaking about nights where his private life felt more like a battlefield than a safe haven. "When you love someone in this industry," he said, "you don't just love them, you love them in front of the whole world. And the world doesn't forgive mistakes easily." His words struck like thunder. Fans who had followed every headline, every rumor of late-night calls or chance meetings, knew he was talking about those very moments. He recalled the early days of fame in Turkey, when he was suddenly thrust into the spotlight after a Kensi cuss. "One day I was just an actor trying to do my best. The next day, people were camped outside my house, shouting my name. It was surreal. And in the middle of all of that, I was also trying to live, to love, to make sense of my own feelings." Then came the subject of intimacy, both on and off the screen. For years, audiences around the globe have been captivated by the chemistry he shared with his co-stars. Whether in Turkey's top dramas or Italian productions, his on-screen kisses and passionate embraces became legendary. But with fame came criticism. Many questioned whether those moments were simply acting or reflections of something more. In his interview, Ken didn't shy away. He laughed and leaned closer, as if sharing a secret. "Those scenes are not easy. You have to give everything, not just to the camera but to your partner. If there's no trust, there's no magic." He explained how preparation, respect, and honesty were key. Yet, he admitted that sometimes, the lines between fiction and reality blurred. When you spend months with someone, day and night, creating love on screen, you feel something. You'd have to be made of stone not to. His words sent shockwaves across fan circles. Was he indirectly confirming the rumors about Demet? Or was he hinting at another co-star? The ambiguity only fueled speculation further. The interviewer pressed harder, asking if he ever regretted how intense those scenes were. Ken's response was firm. "No. My job is to be real. To make people believe. If I hold back, it's not truth. And people deserve truth." He paused, then added with a grin, "Sometimes the truth is dangerous. But it's also beautiful." Fans who knew every detail of his career felt that sentence cut deep. It was as if he was acknowledging that his most famous roles weren't just acting, they were confessions written on screen. But it wasn't only love and intimacy that Ken unveiled. He also addressed the bold new transformation that had everyone talking. His new look, sharper, edgier, more daring, wasn't just about fashion. It was symbolic. The beard, the hairstyle, the wardrobe, they weren't random choices. They were part of a personal rebirth. I was tired of playing it safe, he revealed. I wanted to look in the mirror and see the man I had become, not the man people expected me to be. For Can, the transformation wasn't just physical. It was deeply emotional. He spoke of struggles, of nights where fame felt like a cage rather than a gift, of moments where he almost lost himself trying to please everyone else. Do you know what it's like, he asked, to have people think they own you? To have strangers tell you who you should love, how you should look, what you should say. I lived that. And I decided I won't live it anymore. The new look, he said, was his way of reclaiming control. It's not just a look, he smiled, it's my freedom. He described moments of loneliness in Rome, when the glamorous lights of events faded and he was left alone in his apartment, staring at the ceiling, wondering if he had chosen the right path. People see the red carpets, the photo shoots, the roles. They don't see the silence after. They don't hear the questions you ask yourself when the applause fades. His honesty stunned even the interviewer, who sat in silence for a moment before asking how he overcame those nights. Can's answer was simple: by reminding myself who I am, not who they want me to be. Fans, of course, went wild. Within minutes of the interview airing, hashtags like #CanYamanNewLook and #BoldCan trended worldwide. Fashion critics praised his daring choices, while fans flooded Instagram with edits, collages, and side-by-side comparisons of the old Can and the new Can. The reaction was unanimous. This was a man who had stepped into a new era of his life, unapologetically bold and fearless. As the interview drew to a close, the most powerful moment came when Can was asked what he wanted fans to take away from his revelations. His answer was simple, but it carried the weight of everything he had said before. That I am human, he whispered. I love, I make mistakes, I regret, I hope, I change. I'm not perfect. And I don't want to be. The room went silent. It was the kind of answer that strips away the glamour, the flashing lights, the headlines, and shows the man beneath it all. Can Yaman, the superstar, the heartthrob, the icon, had just reminded the world that he was also Can Yaman, the man. Fans wept, laughed, and applauded online. The interview clip spread like wildfire, translated into multiple languages, replayed millions of times. For those who had admired him for years, this was confirmation of what they had always believed: behind the fame was a man of depth, courage, and vulnerability. For others, it was a revelation that changed the way they saw him forever. And as social media continued to buzz and newspapers kept printing his every word, one thing became clear: this was not just another interview. This was history in the making. It was a confession, a declaration, and a transformation all at once.